edition of Two Men in Black and White. This is the Christmas edition, ladies and gentlemen, because you know what? We've got stockings filled with coal just waiting by the chimney with care in hopes that St. Nick, in the form of Jeffrey Epstein's files, would soon be there. But he's not coming. Neither are the files, ladies and gentlemen. Happy fucking Friday. Yeah, I called it. Brock and Ellis owes me a dozen donuts. I will not have to provide any bagels for your highness. Let's go right now to the beautiful confines of the upper Hudson River Valley, where Brock and Ellis is standing by, waiting to take my donut order. I said the files were not coming. I said the emperor had no clothes, and he continues. And you know the thing about it, Brock, they went on Fox News this morning. They sent Blanche, the guy who, just let Ghislaine Maxwell just lie to his face, while she's sitting there still trying to get out of jail, looking for a get out of jail free card. Uh, this guy goes on Fox News this morning and says, "Yeah, we'll get to it when we get to it. Don't worry about it." It's a Friday afternoon. They just basically turned off the website. Somebody pulled the plug. It's not working. You can't search anything. And yeah, then they all went home. What say you, my friend?
So the files were posted on the website for a brief period of time, and then the website crashed, and that's where we are? Or some element of the files were actually posted? Because I did see a congressperson say that his team was looking at something. So did something get sent out? I'm just trying to figure out what exactly went on. Like, is this like a fake attempt, like an announcement that we're releasing them, and then oops, we'll blame it on a technology glitch now?
Yeah,
I,
I'm thinking that it was all a technology glitch that's being blamed. Nothing has been sent out. Um, they've all agreed that they're openly going to break the law and defy the law, the letter of the law. But I mean, this is what they've been doing. We're on year 5 of this crap. Um, Meanwhile, I saw Scott Besson in a beautiful restaurant just night before last, I believe. He was enjoying a beautiful meal. Meanwhile, people around the world are starving and dying because Trump has cut off the aid that we used to provide as the shining star on the hill. Um, we ain't shit as a country. Just let's go ahead and get it out there. We suck as an entity, and you know, it's it's tragic. It's disgusting. It's annoying. Really frustrating through the eyes of Black America, Brock. Just watching people break the law ad nausea and not have to pay any price for it.
so your boy Besant got Stephen Millard, right? Where
Yeah,
a bunch of people told him to go fuck himself, and then
pretty
kind of
much.
ruined his meal, and he had to leave, order
That was awesome.
takeout. Had
That was
we'll,
awesome.
we'll take it. Can you wrap this up to go? And this big 24-ounce porterhouse steak had to get put in a doggy bag because he couldn't function in polite society, because polite society is pretty pissed about the
Yep.
economic decisions that are being made on their
Yeah.
lives, and they don't want to see some fat cat rubbing his belly with a $1,000 bottle of Cabernet and a 24
Sure.
ouncer on the plate.
Your
Well,
money's no good here, pal.
the way it's going to go.
Yeah. And you know what? And I think, again, Brock, like I said yesterday, I think people are waiting, for elections to be canceled next fall before they, get up out of their big old gas guzzling SUVs and, unplug their Teslas and drive to DC, to do something. Now, this defiance right here, right? Because of what happened to innocent children. Remember, these women were children when they were trafficked by Epstein, Trump, Maxwell, et al., right? And whoever else. Mr. Allen, I kept my underwear on during the massage Dershowitz, right? All those scumbags who went down to Lolita Island on the Lolita Express, right? These were children. And these are crimes against America's children. Now, Brock, we used to defend crimes against children in other countries. What are we doing? We can't be that preoccupied with Christmas. We can't be. So what the fuck are we doing? Please enlighten me, because this is where I need to see what white America's made of. This is where I need to know. What are you thinking? Just let me know. Let me know. What are you hearing in some of these meetings? Are there meetings that take place where white America sits around and says, yeah, we're not there yet? I mean, what goes on?
I don't think there's been enough meetings. I think that there has been a sense of, like, almost a sense of winning and progress because of what happened in the elections in early November and the Tennessee special election and then Miami, of the sense that, oh, the country is coming around, right? MAGA's on the run. MAGA's falling apart, or MAGA's imploding from within. Therefore, I think there's like a secondary complacency right now, that there's a sense that we can just watch MAGA, collapse under its own weight, because Trump is such a weakened figure, and so many of them are starting to feel emboldened enough to peel away from him. And I think that's where we are. I think that there's a sense of, we kind of did the job. We got out there and protested. Oh, we got out there and voted. And it still hasn't impacted enough of white America for there to be like rioting on the streets. I'm wondering if the healthcare premium spike would be the next shoe to trigger just the kind of anger like you saw at those town halls in like Iowa and Nebraska and shit like that, right? Where Congress. So yeah, I think we're in a lull. I hope it's not a long-term one. I think we're in a holiday lull. I do think the healthcare premiums are going to trigger a new round of anger, but to me, there are not enough conversations about what are we actually going to do versus what do we hope is going to happen. So I think there's a little bit of a hope and pray right now.
So we got about 12 days until the shoe drops on the healthcare premium spike. Okay, so Brock, remember when the Republicans used to run on tough on crime, right? We're tough on crime. Democrats are soft, and all the famous mistakes Democrats have made when it came to crime. Willie Horton comes to mind. Just say no. What do we just? We're running a PPP program here, a pedophile protection program. When it comes to Trump and his ilk, and when is it? What? I told you this case wasn't going away, right? Didn't I tell you this way back when? But I'm surprised that it has not risen to the level of anger I thought it would. I thought white women especially would be furious. And I thought he would have had to resign by now.
Yeah, we don't believe the women. B, we don't really care enough about it as a nation, right? We didn't care about the 28 adults that Trump sexually assaulted, right? Like, I mean, there was a litany. There was press conferences. There was, exposés, TV shows, interviews ad nauseum, right? And, you know, E. Jean Carroll won a lawsuit, right? She got like 80 million.
Yeah. Yeah.
The court of law, in a court of law, Trump's known to do it. Everyone, but it just doesn't move the needle, right? Women being mistreated doesn't move the needle in America. That's a sad reality.
Right.
So, this probably won't be enough. MAGA wants the power too much. They're enjoying the power, and maybe and then in the end, the racism and the white supremacy trumps the treatment of women, and white women just want that proximity to power, so they look the other way. That's why the suburban moms have been, still voting Republican their whole lives. Nothing is shaken many or most of them, right?
Okay, so you're telling me that even after these Epstein files and these latest pictures that we've seen and everything we know, right? Because what's coming out, can we agree that there's going to be some jaw droppers in these files that come out that we have not heard before? Let's stipulate to that, counselor. And let's say there are. You're telling me that white women are going to say, too bad, and still pull the lever for Republican candidates? Is that what you're telling me? Is that what I'm to understand?
I think there's a chance of that. I think there needs to be a video. If there's not a video, I think people can just discard it. Like we're a video nation now. There has to be the video. You saw it with the police violence. No one believed the black kids were getting shot and killed left and right until we had the videos. And then it was more visceral. So I think it would take video evidence. I don't think just written evidence or Trump on the travel logs to the, pedophile island and the like, and testimony from victims. We already have testimony from victims, and we already have photos of Trump. Like, it would almost take a rape video to shake America.
Yeah.
It shouldn't take that, but I'm telling you, I think that's what it would take.
Those are available. We know Epstein was the blackmailer in chief. So, where's the videos? The videos are in
the files.
These investigative files.
I can't imagine Bondi's going to let a video out of Trump.
No.
Maybe of anybody else, but not of Trump.
Right.
They're going to protect him. He has the entire apparatus of the Department of Justice and FBI right now to protect Trump. So whether they're booby trapping the website so that it stays down, or they redacted every file that they could to water down Trump's presence. And I'd just be shocked if a video comes out of Trump. If video comes out of Trump, then I do think it's game over. But without the video, I mean, he started the whole thing on the bus with Billy Bush, right? Talking about how he assaults women. And that was like 3 weeks before the election, and it didn't affect the vote.
Right. Here's the first, here's an update from the Associated Press that's coming in. Justice Department begins releasing long-awaited files tied to Epstein's sex trafficking. All right, come on, Associated Press, do better.
Begins releasing. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they got till midnight. But the files were being released in accordance with a congressionally set deadline of Friday. Todd Blanche has already been on TV saying they're going to release some today, some in a couple of weeks, whenever we get around to it. See, this is the reporting that's killing us. Just like the reporting on CNBC earlier today. Did you see that crap? When they were talking about a true picture of the economy. It's the first time a recession has ever been presented as a good thing, right? The economic downturn has been presented as great news for America. Are you
Um,
fucking kidding me?
Well, because rates are going to get cut. Things are
Yeah,
bad and rates will get cut. And everyone loves when
right,
rates are cut.
right. Oh my God. FOH. Get the fuck out of here. I mean,
Um,
what are we
yeah.
doing?
It'll be interesting to see how the media covers this Epstein quote file, trickle out, release, redacted, you know, fake, transparency play by the Trump administration. I mean, I think that they'll soft play it like they have because it's so corporate owned right now. I
Right,
mean,
right. Yeah,
it's
everything.
a frustrating one, Mark. I don't, we're gonna have to just keep fighting this battle every day.
Now, here's the good news.
Okay.
I did get, and I'm trying to find it for you because I knew I would need it. I did get a No Kings text message today that mentioned that they were organizing. Did you get that?
No.
Yes, I did get a No Kings message. Let me go ahead and search it.
Maybe they're just sending it to black people right now to see if they can get any of you guys out there.
Get the take the temperature, right?
They're going, hey, 8% unemployed.
Yeah,
Come on out in March.
we're organizing the upcoming No Kings Day, but we can't do it without your help. Click here. So oh, it's a form. They need some cash.
Oh,
There you
it's a
go.
fundraiser.
There you go.
I don't know why they need a lot of cash. I mean, those those marches have like no organizers there. Like they just, I mean,
Right, they're just
every
happening.
organization needs some cash, but
Right,
okay, maybe. So I guess that's why we haven't had a rally in a while since like October because it's a cash flow issue.
right. I
All right,
guess
well,
we
we
need
got to get motivated and barrel through that and get our asses back on the streets in early 2026 and keep the pressure on and keep showing other Americans that most Americans want dramatic change
right.
because it builds on itself and there should be more angry white people willing to be out there, and I joke about it, but hopefully we'll get some blacks. Hopefully we get some more Latinos out there. We get those disgruntled Cubans to come out in March.
Yep.
There's a lot of
Um,
disgruntled folks that could be out there marching.
I mean, and we need it, bro. We need again. We've got to take it straight to this clown's front door, right? We've got to disrupt the system.
Physical representation.
Yes.
Physical representation of the resistance. Like there's no. Yeah, look, we can come on here and like do podcasts and make a lot of noise, and there's other podcasters with a hell of a lot larger audiences than ours that are like kind of online resistors. But the whole point of it is just to bring awareness and try to inspire and rally other people to be out there, because ultimately it's going to take actions on the streets to
Right.
make a difference, and economic boycotts that have to continue. I saw the IHIP crew was making big noise about boycotting CBS and now boycotting Bank of America, who is sponsoring a series of town halls with this Barry Weiss joker from CBS. First one was with Erica Kirk, which like basically nobody watched. But now she wants to do one with like Dershowitz. Like she's so fucking off the rails. But like using, the economic boycotting and using economic power is still the easiest play for all of us because we can just sit on our ass and accomplish that.
Right. Right. Yeah. Look, we've been saying it all along since we started this freaking clam bake. We've got to get in the streets in DC, gum up the works. Let this clown know how much America, dude. Like I just keep thinking that we have 3 more years of this shit. 3 years and 3 years in a month. We haven't even hit the 1 year anniversary.
No, we're not even there yet. Yeah. Oh, we can't do 3 more years. That's why it's just a matter of, okay, when's the next big protest? When's the next big show of force? And we just need to keep pushing and pushing because, as I said earlier, there is a hopeful strategy that MAGA will implode, but there are signs
Right.
of more voices talking out against Trump, MAGA, and MAGA policies.
Right.
For instance, just yesterday we were criticizing ex-presidents and other high-profile GOP members for kind of disappearing on us. But just in the last 24 hours, Mitt Romney wrote an op-ed in the New York Times talking about raising taxes on the wealthy, right? And he is the wealthy. And that is a core Project 2025 MAGA, basically Republican initiative for our entire lifetimes, was to cut taxes, particularly for corporations and the wealthy. And Mitt Romney outwriting the op-ed. George Bush Foundation, or whoever writes George Bush's press releases these days, came out with a pro-Ukraine, anti-Russia stance. Finally, we heard something from George Bush. And dovetailing with that was Bill Clinton getting out, explaining why we're obligated to support Ukraine because we made an agreement with them decades ago that they would not pursue nuclear weapons and we would protect them. Because we, America, didn't want another nuclear force on the doorstep of Russia because that just scared the shit out of us for the potential of a nuclear war. So we got them to give up nukes. We said, we'll protect you. Well, now they need the protection. Where the fuck are we? We better stay in there with them. We're obligated to do it. That was a promise from America because it was in our best interest for them not to have nuclear weapons, meaning Ukraine. So anyway, Romney and Bush were interesting because we need every non-MAGA Republican to speak out against MAGA. Steve Schmidt's organization has raised $100 million, right? He's a Republican, or maybe now he's walked away from the party. And they're targeting 10 MAGA Congress people where they're going to put the money towards the Democratic candidate in those districts.
I love it.
To try to flip Congress. They're going after a guy in Wisconsin and a guy in Michigan or Minnesota at the top of their list. Vulnerable Republicans they're going after for being MAGA. So all those things are good signs. So we, as the resistance, have to amp up the pressure and the visibility and the messaging. And we got to convince more and more people to get out there with us. So the numbers are bigger and bigger and bigger. Right. And it becomes, we start developing inevitability that there has to be a change before 3 years out. That we can't wait for that, and we need part of anyone who's running for Congress in 2026 to be saying that they will vote for impeachment. Force that to be a part of their platform. And if they're not willing to say that, we don't, fuck it, we'll find another candidate. Right. Force Trump to cancel elections. Because if he cancels elections, there'll be riots in the streets, right? No. That will be the trigger, and I don't think the armed forces will go with them. Like, that's American hot Civil War day on the day that he cancels. We got to force him to cancel the elections because it has to be so obvious that he's going to get crushed. Right. That he'll view that as his only option. Right.
Well, he ought to be looking at that right now because look, things are dire. The economic outlook. We can't even get accurate information on the economic picture. Our government is not giving us any transparency on what the numbers really look like.
Because the picture sucks.
Yeah, they actually were lying on CNBC about job creation. Trump hasn't created any jobs this year. He's created literally no jobs. Worst job creation since the last time he was in office. And we had a bunch of jokers voting for this guy again. Like his first term wasn't a fucking nightmare. Like, what happened?
Well, Mark, it's going to get interesting because seasonal hiring was down. There's no doubt this is going to be a shitty Christmas season for retail. It's impossible for it not to be. Right. Because if people are buying less dolls and less pencils, right, that's just less economic activity, that means more retailers are going to have shitty numbers, means they're going to lay people off. We're going to get some bankruptcies, and it's going to feel worse. Trump's messaging doesn't work. You can't tell people they're doing better than they're doing when they fucking are staring at their bank account and they're staring at a grocery cart that's half empty because they can't afford to fill it. So, but we as the resistance have to push the issue, stay aggressive, nothing weak. I mean, I think we come out of the new year immediately forcing the hand and allowing there to be another government shutdown. I don't, that last budget only lasts through the end of January. So there's going to be another negotiation going on in January. Right. And GOP having just screwed us, meaning America, on healthcare premiums, what the fuck's the rush to negotiate and bail them out? Fuck it. Right. We'll go to another shutdown.
Right. Yeah, because we're not gonna get a vote. We're not even gonna get a vote in the Senate, right? So it doesn't even matter what happens in the House. Mitch McConnell and those jokers ain't going for it.
Oh, for the health, for the ACA premium.
Yeah, ACA premiums. So, wow, bunch of bullshit.
things are getting worse. They're getting worse everywhere, and
bullshit.
Yeah, there's no good news to be found anywhere. So that's where we're at. So you think we're going to go the whole weekend on the Epstein files and we're going to get maybe a bunch of bullshit, redacted, useless.
Or zip files that you can't open.
Zip files that can't open. Like it's just going to be a comedy of errors on the technology side. No one's going to get their hands on anything. We're going to cruise into Christmas and the work is going to stop because everyone's on holiday, right? The IT guys won't be around. We'll pick it up in the new year, so the can will get kicked down the road.
Right. Nobody's going to worry about it over the next 2 weeks. Right. We got holiday parties. We got Christmas. We got turkeys to make. Albeit not a full turkey. We're just buying the breast.
Congress was sent home, so there's no one around to even do this. Push.
No one around to even make any noise.
Yeah, to push the issue.
Well,
we can still make noise, though, right?
Yeah.
We can still make noise.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, quick hit me. What do you got?
Okay. Number one, I got two quick hits. I'm going to give you one. I'll let you come with me one. I'll come with another. So Erica Kirk is out endorsing a candidate for the 2028 presidential election.
Who is it, her boyfriend?
So her and the Turning Point USA, she's come out and she's endorsing J.D. Vance and trying to get that organization to support J.D. Vance, who I think has so little charisma and so little likability that I don't think he has a chance. I mean, he does have the tech bros behind him, but I think the rank and file MAGA just thinks he's weak.
Yeah, they can't stand his ass. And he's a phony, he's a fake, he's a fraud.
But I'm wondering if Erica Kirk is going to have more than her 15 minutes like this. Is she going to have staying power as a player in the MAGA movement?
Well, somebody's going to blow her doors off, and expose her history with Trump. I just saw a picture of her not too long ago in a Trump, beauty pageant, from 10, 12 years ago, 15 years ago, whatever it was. Somebody's going to blow the doors off that operation and expose it for the scam that it is. There can't be that much money in hate and it be all legal. It can't all be legal. So there's something going on back there. There's got to be something to those missing children, when she was running, whatever that orphanage was or whatever. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Okay, so you think she's gonna fizzle? She's gonna have problems.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she's also another empress with no clothes.
Okay.
And we'll see who the hell she is.
What do you got for me?
Providence, Rhode Island. been the center of the world with this manhunt that is now over. The suspect was found in a storage facility up in New Hampshire. I think it was a self-inflicted gunshot wound. If I
Well, thank
read,
thank God, because the fucking FBI certainly wasn't going to chase
they
him
weren't
down.
going to
That
catch
guy
him.
could have gunned down dozens more people. Luckily, he decided to
And
end the
himself,
search. He ended the
right?
search. He ended the manhunt for Cash Patel because our
Yeah.
jokers. You know, if it wasn't for a few people on Reddit, we never would even fucking found the guy. But yeah, okay. What else? What
Right.
else?
Providence could be called one of the safest cities in America. Had 2 murders prior to the shooting on Brown's campus. And, you got to feel sad for a community like that when their quality of life is disturbed in such an incredible way. But then I thought back to, what about the rhetoric coming from, the right that America is under siege and all its cities are shitty and, you know, I mean, there's crime everywhere. There isn't. There isn't. Now, I expect crime to spike with these economic woes. But again, I found it interesting that there have been 2 murders in 2025 in Providence, Rhode Island, until,
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
pretty amazing.
yeah,
That's a rural town in Alabama. Only 2 murders is like a good year, right? Like
right,
for a major city to have it. Okay,
right.
interesting to know. My second and final quick hit of the day is one of the happiest sayanaros that I've been able to give. You know, my public enemy number one is Mike Lawler, and I can't wait for him to get fucking eviscerated in his election and throughout his entire campaign. But almost as good, almost as juicy. But did you see who dropped out of the governor's race and simultaneously announced she was not going to be running for Congress in 2026? So a double whammy of a need to spend more time with my young son because would look back on my life, and if I hadn't spent my formative years with the young son, I wouldn't be able to live with myself, and the son is the joy of my life. But little Miss MAGA, UN ambassador for a day, Elise Stefanik, pulled out of the New York State gubernatorial race and is not running for Congress in 2026. Remember when she was the number 2 or number 3 and almost looked like she was going to be Speaker of the House? She was so
Yep.
closely tied with Trump and so deep MAGA. And then she was going to be UN ambassador, which was going to be her stepping stone as Secretary of State, which was going to be her stepping stone to the presidency in 2096. She had it all scripted out.
Yep.
And fucking
That's going back to babysitting.
heading for the hills. So there's another MAGA. She was part of that group that you were talking about a few weeks ago that you said was going to be resigning. Now, apparently she's going to serve out her term, but she ain't going to go back to those voters in upstate New York and have to explain to them for 9 months why she ripped away their health care, and she's not going to be traveling around New York State talking to everyone as their premiums skyrocket. So she's just pulled the plug on her political career. Maybe she's doing an MTG and going to try to wait out Trump and come back. She's young, so maybe she could do that. But I think that I think she's way too tainted, and I'm hopefully throwing some dirt on the grave of her political career.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. Wow, what a great way to end on a high note. What a great way to
Except
end
that
the night up.
I'm gonna miss out being in New York. I'm gonna miss out the 9 months of her just getting fucking ripped and destroyed as she tries to run this hopeless race for governor. So I'm gonna miss out on that joy. But I guess I get it pre-Christmas as like a pre-Christmas gift. But I love to see these MAGA a-holes that threw away any integrity they had as human beings to be a part of the Trump circle and to work their
Right.
way up the Trump hierarchy. And as we
Right.
know,
Everything Trump
ETTD.
touches dies.
And Elise Stefanik's career is one of those things now.
What they used to do at the end of PTI? Happy trails.
Happy trails.
Happy
Elise
fucking
Stefanik.
trails.
I love when we get them on Friday afternoons too. Like we got to look for it every Friday afternoon. The resignation slipped
Happy
in.
trails.
Happy
Oh
trails.
gosh. Well, that's and here's the thing about that, Brock. That's a big name. That's a big name in
name.
MAGA circles. Yeah.
She was running for governor in a huge state, right?
Yes.
She was top 3, right? Oh, she was so happy to like send Liz Cheney packing, right? Oh,
Right.
she was so happy to like supplant Liz Cheney as like the king white woman of the MAGA congressional movement, right? Elbows, when Liz Cheney went against Trump, she was ready to stand up and call her a heretic and all that. She loved it. She loved getting the shine.
Yep. The hell with her. All right, man. That's great news, bro. Great news.
Take the
Wow,
victories
man.
where we can get them. You know what? It doesn't feed anyone, and it doesn't
True that.
pay for anyone's emergency room visits, but still, step in the right direction.
We're close. We're closing in on success. And that's what we've got to be thankful for. So 'tis the season of giving, and we're giving thanks that she's the hell out of here. All right.
All
Happy
right, Marco,
trade.
it's a pleasure.
Yes, sir. We'll see
Yeah,
you
okay.
tomorrow.
Okay.
Yes, sir. All righty.